So, my motto is, let's talk about my motto is, in order to heal, you need to feel. And when you feel, you are healing. And the emotions that you want to feel are your higher self, your that wise, loving, unconditional part of you, and your soul, that core energy essence of who you are. And when you're feeling peace and love and joy, and when you feel inspired and empowered, then you know that you are in the right direction, you're in the right place. So, what do you need to do to get there? That's what we're going to talk more about. We're going to talk more about that today. Is what do you need to do to get to the place of the emotions of your soul? To get to the place of the emotions. So, being able to have your emotions and okay, Misty says thank you. Okay, good. I'm really glad, Misty, that you heard the answer. Okay. So, what is it that you can do to get to those better? I want to say, because the peace, love, joy are the feelings of the higher aspects of ourselves. They're what we call higher vibration feelings. Now, I also want you to know that all feelings are important. That's what when we are as human beings and part of the animal kingdom, we have emotions. Animals have emotions. And what makes us different than the animal kingdom is that we have the power to choose. We have the power to make decisions to heal ourselves, to heal the emotions, to work on processing through the emotions to get to the peace, the love, and the joy. And not to say, and I'm just going to say this, sometimes animals, like your dog and your cat and your rabbit or whatever, your mammal, I'm thinking birds, but I can't tell you for sure. If any of you have birds out there, let me know that that your mammal animals have feelings. And we can take lessons from them because they have a way of being that as humans, we've come to be in doing mode, go, 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 or we get caught up in what I'm going to call old energies that need to be healed and released, limiting beliefs, emotions that it's really important for us to work on letting go of. So I'm going to do my quick Psych 101 lesson so that we're all on the same page. You have your conscious mind, and your conscious mind decided to listen and to view. And thank you, conscious mind of yours, for being here and being with us and listening. And your conscious mind is the one who makes those conscious choices. And that's what makes us different from the animal kingdom, because we have the power to choose how we feel, how we think, to choose what we want to manifest in our lives, what we want to create. That is what it's about. To be inspired and empowered is following your soul's calling, and then to be able to find, to experience yourself in a very clear, conscious way. And that is your conscious mind. And so your other mind that we need to talk about, because that's where a lot of emotions and limiting beliefs lie. Like when you're wanting to create something in your life and you're really on a conscious level, you're really clear what you want to create. And you're wondering, why haven't I created it yet? Because the answer is in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the part of you from the moment that you were conceived to present time. Your subconscious mind has recorded every moment that you have been alive. So in those moments, there can be, and there are, because we're all human, okay? We're all in the same boat here. We all have limiting beliefs. We all have emotions that need to be healed. And it's in the subconscious that needs clearing. Your subconscious mind. And also in your subconscious are ancestral information, including ancestral trauma, and also past life energy as well. Okay, so we have, and Country Corners Gazette says, we tune in because we enjoy this show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Country Corners Gazette. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I just really want you to know how much it means that you are tuning in. Those of you who come regularly, I really appreciate you. And I just want you to know it makes a difference in my life, and I'm glad to be making a difference in yours, because that's what it's all about. That's what I want for you, inspired and empowered living. So you have, and then the third mind is your superconscious mind, which is your higher self and your soul, and angels and guides and all the beings of light. And that energy is the highest vibration, which is what you want to move towards. Country Corners Gazette says, how do you know what needs to be worked on as far as emotions go? Okay, so the biggest clues that you have with emotions is to, is to get in touch with what you are feeling in the moment. And when you are feeling, and there's primary emotions, and I'm going to talk about the primary emotions that we all have. Every single one of you has these primary emotions. It's part of being human. And when you have those primary emotions that are what we call lower vibration, like fear, actually, the lowest vibration is probably shame and guilt. I would say shame first and then guilt. And I don't have the scale. There's actually a scale. You know what? Next week, when I do this, because I'm going to do a part two, this is such an important topic. And next week, when I bring it, I'm going to bring the emotion scale from, there's a few of them, and I'm going to tune in which ones to bring to you, because it's really fascinating to look at the emotional scale. So you have shame, you have guilt, you have anger, then you have fear. Now, those are the emotions, and sadness, grief. Now, those are the emotions that they're part of being human. Okay, so we all have them. And if you think you don't have them, then I would think again, because then maybe you're not in touch with those feelings. And here's the thing, our job is to work on letting those energies go, to releasing them, so that we're in a higher energy vibration. And a primary feeling is glad or happy or joy. And again, peace, love, joy, gratitude. Gratitude, such an important feeling. And that, I'll get to a question in a second, Mickey. That gratitude is such an important feeling, especially like to really feel like you're living that your inspired and empowered life. You want to be feeling gratitude. You want to be feeling peace and love and joy and gratitude. Those are the emotions of an inspired and empowered life. And letting go of the old energies, letting go of those old energies. And you're wondering, why are you calling them old energies? Because most often, most of the time, they are from your past and not your present. Unless you are in a threatening situation in present time, or unless you're living some kind of traumatic event in present time, most of those feelings are from your past. So that is what is really important, is learning to understand those old emotions, where they're coming from, and let them go. So first, let me answer Mickey's question. What does the scale teach us? So the scale teaches us that there are like, if you imagine, okay, you can imagine an emotional scale from bottom to top. The lower energy emotions, the densest or the lowest vibration emotions are at the bottom of the scale, and the higher vibration emotions, which you want to move towards, are at the top of the scale. And so it's just understanding to work on moving your emotional state from one emotion to another, so that you're raising your vibration, going into a higher energy state to help you feel, bottom line, help you feel better, to help you move from those lower energies into higher energies. And when you're in the higher energies, those are the energies of peace, love, joy, gratitude, are the energies where you manifest. You're a creator. You're creating, and you're allowing magic and miracles, because those are the emotions of magic and miracles. That's what I love. Can you tell I get excited when I talk about it? Because it's so, like, it's so cool to live in those higher energies, and those makes life a lot more fun. And that's what we're moving towards. Okay. So I just want you to know, if you're not feeling it or you're having trouble feeling the peace or the love or the joy, we are working, or the gratitude, we're working on helping you to move to those higher energy states. So Misty asks, how long should we hold on to emotions? So the truth of the matter is the sooner you can let them go, the better. All right. What happens is sometimes you may not be aware that you're feeling a certain feeling. Sometimes you may not be aware why you're feeling a certain feeling. Let me give you an example. So let's say I've had situations at times where I was feeling really sad. There was a lot of sadness, a lot of grief coming up. And I was like, well, it's a normal day. I'm fine. It's just another day. I don't understand. Why am I feeling so sad, so full of grief, maybe even anger? And then what I realized is that I was still living the trauma of my 10-year-old. I was still caught up in the pain of what happened to me, the trauma from my 10-year-old. And so that's what you want to heal. And so what I did is I connected to my 10-year-old. And this is what I do with my clients, is I talk to the part that's hurting, the part that needs healing, to understand what does it need, what does it want, to help that part feel better. And as I talked to my 10-year-old and I gave her love, I imagined loving me, loving that precious little girl. And as I did that, I could feel the changes in me, in my body. And remember, that 10-year-old is part of my subconscious mind. But what happens, our journey is to learn what's going on in our subconscious mind or unconscious mind. It could be your unconscious or subconscious. You can call it what you choose. And to learn to make conscious, become aware of what's going on in your subconscious/unconscious mind. And the more awareness that you have, that's where you really become empowered, because then you can make decisions about how you choose to be, what you choose moving forward from an empowered space. So emotions are so amazing and so powerful to change your life. Okay, so I know we have some more questions coming in. So first, let me just finish. So Misty, you want to work on releasing those old energies. If you're feeling them, you want to feel them, move through them, and ways that you can move through feelings are using your breath. Using your breath is one of the most powerful ways to help you move through a feeling. So instead of because what happens when you're stressed out, when you're in fear, when you're feeling angry, you're actually shutting down your breath and you're contracted. And as soon as you allow yourself to feel, let's say, the fear and breathe through it, or the anger, you can even imagine it, letting it go, letting it move through your body. Breathe through it. That is one of the powerful ways to help you move through feelings. You can write them out. You can exercise them out. I support a lot of clients from moving the feelings through your body because that's where you feel them. You can't think a feeling out because a feeling is coming from a place inside you, your body. It's not a thought. And know that your thoughts can contribute to increasing your feelings and contribute to worsening or changing your feelings. But you can feel a feeling from a thought. So let me give you an example of that. So I've had clients say to me, I think I'm angry. I think I'm angry, but they don't look angry. They're not feeling the anger. They may know that they're angry, but they're not feeling it because anger has been a really scary feeling. And learning to feel your anger and all your feelings in healthy ways, healthy, appropriate ways, so that you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting the environment, and you're not hurting someone else. So learning to feel your feelings is essential in healthy ways. And it's about bringing that energy through your body and releasing it. And so you want to release the emotion as soon as possible, as soon as you can. One of my mentors said, if you allow yourself to be in the feeling, and you don't have to act, this is an important point. You do not have to act on a feeling. You don't have to behave on a feeling. You can just feel a feeling. Feel the feeling, move it through, allow it, just let it flow. Okay. So you want to let those feelings go. That's the feelings like fear, anger, grief, or sadness, or shame or guilt, breathing through them, releasing them, exercising them out, intending to release those energies, intending to let them go because they are not serving you. And I know that we have more questions. So I'm going to answer those questions. But first, I want to share with you, very excited. And Rebel, can you get the inspiredandempoweredliving.com masterclass link up? I am going to be doing on April 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, okay, a free virtual masterclass. So if you ever wanted to grow your business, if you want to know the 3 keys to grow a soul-inspired business with confidence, then you want to join us for this masterclass. And during the masterclass, we're going to talk about how to create more money so that you're moving forward in your business, or you're moving forward to know what your next steps are. Because even if you don't have a business, we're going to be talking about how to help you create it. Learning how to trust yourself and your decisions, and helping you to feel good enough, worthy, deserving, and how to overcome the imposter syndrome. So please, I definitely want to see you there. 3 keys to grow your soul-inspired business with confidence. And we are going to have a good time. So join us. And really, like, people that come to my master classes, they definitely feel shifts in their energy to keep moving forward with more confidence. So please, definitely. Thank you. Rebel put it in and for those of you on the podcast, the link is inspiredandempoweredliving.com /masterclass. Inspired and empoweredliving.com, the name of this show.com /master class, MASTERCLASS. So I hope that you'll join us, and I look forward to having you there. So let's get back to the questions that came on, because we have a good number of questions. So, Country Corners, are there any emotions we should stay away from? Okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, I think that the lowest vibration emotion is shame. And what has happened, usually shame is not even ours. It's been passed down. Somebody shamed us along the way. Now, it could have been your parents or your caretakers. It could have been teachers or school authorities. It could have been pastors and ministers and rabbis. It could have been in your church, your temple, synagogue. You could have been shamed in many ways. And so I don't think that there's any emotions that you want to deny. You don't want to deny your emotions. You want to acknowledge them and let them go as quick as possible, especially emotions like shame or guilt. Now, when you notice that you're feeling ashamed, things that you want to be able to take emotions and be able to let go of them in safe places. And one of the powers of group work, when I'm doing groups, I've done a lot of groups. And one of the powerful things of like AA and 12-step programs and support groups, what's so powerful is to be able to express yourself, the things that you've been ashamed of, and to let them go with witnesses that are supporting you. The last thing you want to do is share something that you're ashamed of with someone on some level that you know is going to shame you more, or judge you, because judgment equals usually shame. You feel ashamed. When you think about when you're feeling judged, the feelings of shame or humiliation, or it makes you feel smaller. So the way you want to heal your shame is to be able to find safe places to express it. I've had countless clients be able to release their shame so that they can move forward in their lives. They do it in a safe place. Like when I'm working with my clients, they're able to let go of that energy so that it moves through and they can let it go. So you don't want to deny any feelings. And you want to be able to let go of the lower energy feelings as quickly as you can. As quickly as you can. And you may need to be in process, because here's the thing, and I will just tell you. When you're in process of working something through, you may get to a higher vibration and then get triggered. And when I say triggered, you react in an emotional way. And then an emotion comes up, and then you may need to clear that. And then you start feeling more peace or love or joy. And you may need to do that a few times during the day. Or you may be able to sustain your higher vibration. And when I say higher vibration, what I mean are the feelings or peace or love or joy or gratitude that you're in those energies. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're wanting to feel. So, what I'm going to say is there's no emotions you want to stay away from because you need to allow yourself to acknowledge and to work on letting go. So, that's what and if you have any other questions about what I just said, please feel free to ask them. So, Mickey asks, why do some emotions linger longer than others? So, what I will say is this: when you have experiences from your past, like traumatic events, or even it could be even ordinary developmental events that might have been more challenging or harder for you than another event, you may have residual feelings that you never allowed yourself to feel then. So when an emotion lingers longer, it means there are more older energies or more energies from your past that need healing and release, working on letting it go. And it's a process. It's a process, especially when you've had a lot of trauma. And I will share with you, I had a lot of trauma as a child, a lot. But that also, that has made me who I am. That's why I can feel you. I'm so sensitive. I can empathize with you. And I'm still working through those energies. And so those emotions are going to come up, and they can come up easily. And know that you can move through them as I have moved through them. And it is a process. It's a journey. Okay. So you're in the journey, remember. Okay. You're in the journey. So that's what happens when emotions linger. So Misty asks, how does it work for empaths? How can they release the feelings they pick up from other people? Okay, Misty. So when you're an empath, first let me describe what an empath is, because not everybody knows that. An empath is someone who's a very sensitive soul who picks up other people's feelings. And then what ends up happening is, I'll give you an example. If you have ever, you're feeling happy and you're in a good mood, and then you walk into an event, it could be a gathering, a family gathering, or it could be a networking meeting, or it could be any kind of meeting. And you notice that all of a sudden you start feeling scared, or you notice that you start feeling mad. And you weren't feeling that before. You picked up other people's feelings. Then you know you're an empath. That's one of the signs of an empath. So the way to, first of all, you want to release those energies as quick as possible. And you can ask for support and help. You can intend it. Some people say, I give it back. I give back feelings that I've taken on from other people. So you can actually imagine intending giving back those emotions. But I want to support you to add one more piece. And then you want to ask that those emotions you give back are transmuted or transformed into higher vibration. So anytime I've taken something on, anytime I always want to bring in higher vibration in whatever I'm doing and whatever's happening. You want to ask for transmutation and transformation of your feelings. That's one thing that you can ask for. And you can do that when you've taken on feelings from other people as well. Okay, so you can ask for your own and other people's. Okay. Okay, so Country Corner says, this is such great advice. I needed to hear that. So if you could tell me, I'm curious, what exactly was it that was the piece that was really a gem for you? I would love to hear that, Country Corners, because I always like to know what it is, what piece that you really got. So, and so here's the thing, emotions. And what's so powerful about emotions is that they are releasing the empath emotions back safely. Love it. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. So, emotions are the key to your inspired and empowered life. They are. They are the key to creating a life of your dreams. They are the keys to creating that potential that you desire. And so, and so, I really want to invite you to keep being observant and aware. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? And to be able to start breathing through, asking for transformation and transmutation of feelings. Now, sometimes you may need to get more awareness, and sometimes they may just be able to let go, especially when they're not yours. If you ask for transformation and transmutation, then you've let them go, great. If there's something else you need to know, they may linger. And we are going to talk more about that next week in next week's show. And I know Misty says this is where journaling could help as well. Yes. And we're going to talk more about how to let emotions go so that you can live your inspired and empowered life. So join us next week for part 2 of the Power of Emotions, part 2. And you can join us live on Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And the podcast is on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, and Amazon, and many more. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and I wish you an inspired and empowered day and an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.